Tonight on Business Live, President Akufo-Addo touts newly launched Development Bank Ghana as critical in reviving Ghana's economy as the bank receives more than $700 million to support SME growth in the country.
It is expected to work to transform our SMEs into well-functioning, formal and strong corporates with the potential to increase our GDP, employ more people.
Also, the price of petrol is expected to go up by as much as 13% beginning this Thursday. Plus, tackling unemployment, panel members at the Graphic Business Stanbic Bank breakfast meeting called for a redirection of government investment into real sectors of the economy such as agriculture and manufacturing.
The growth of employment must keep pace with the growth of GDP. So in this case, you have created 700,000, but how many are still left? I'm always interested in the ratio or the percentages.
We have all these stories and more coming shortly, but we'll begin with commodities. Tonight, President Akufo-Addo has charged the newly launched handlers of the Development Bank Ghana to form strong ties with players in the private sector to work towards reviving the economy. Speaking at a ceremony to announce the official takeoff for the bank, President Akufo-Addo described the Development Bank Ghana as a critical initiative in the transformation of Ghana's economy. We have more in this report.
The formation of the Development Bank Ghana is part of moves by government to tackle the SME financing challenge, which has been a decade-old canker in the country. It is expected that forming a partnership with private sector stakeholders will strengthen the bank to make cheaper funds available to the commercial banks to on-lend. Delivering the keynote speech, President Akufo-Addo said the problem with long-term financing for players in the economy will be a thing of the past.
Development Bank Ghana should be the bedrock for our renewed commitment to private sector development. It is expected to work to transform our SMEs into well-functioning, formal and strong corporates with the potential to increase our GDP, employ more people, and enhance our tax efforts. The bank must be partners with the private sector, the Association of Ghana Industries, the Private Enterprises Foundation, the Employers Association, the Pharmaceutical Industry Association of Ghana, the Federation of Association of Ghanaian Exporters, the Ghana Securities Industry Association, and the Ghana Association of Bankers. The bank must work with them to provide access to long-term funds, access to markets, both domestic and foreign, and skills development.
Meanwhile, Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Ernest Addison, hinted that the Bank of Ghana will hold the Development Bank to same rules as commercial banks in the country. He said the bank has come in good time to fill the gaps other financial institutions are unable to fill in providing the needed support.
As the regulator, the bank will deploy the requisite tools to ensure effective regulation and supervision of DFIs. The bank will also ensure that DFIs in Ghana operate in a financially sustainable manner to achieve the development mandate, foster confidence, and attract more investments into the economy. I wish to reiterate that the Bank of Ghana will hold DBG to the same regulatory and supervisory standards that it holds banks and SDIs, while at the same time maintaining oversight of the participating financial institutions that the DBG will be working with.
The bank will be operating from the Accra Financial Center.
Meanwhile, Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta has urged the board of the bank to work prudently to gain international standard recognition, which will support its quest to go to the market to secure some funds on its own. He believes that this will also complement the already existing capital that the bank has received so far, which he described as moderate.
Expectation, DBG will manage its affairs prudently, and that soon it will be able to go to the market, both domestic and international, to raise its own funds on the basis of its balance sheet. This therefore requires the board and management to work hard toward getting an international rating for the bank within the shortest possible time. It must be emphasized that the President's vision to transform the economy will be hinged on DBG doing a few things. So the charge to DBG, the provision of long-term finance to the economic units operating in the productive sectors of the economy at competitive interest rates, providing funds and facilities with tenures over 5 years, ensuring that we focus on green, clean growth and the creation of jobs, to lend funds to participating financial institutions for unlending to SMEs, to operate a partial guarantee window, and to direct appropriate funding in times of crisis.
Away from that, prices of petrol products are expected to witness one of the biggest jumps from Thursday. This is based on data the Joy Business has secured from the bulk oil distribution companies. George Riafi has more in this report.
The expected increase is not based on our projections, but rather what the bulk oil distribution firms are expected to sell to the oil marketing companies from the 15th of June 2022. That is from this Wednesday. Now, based on the price list that these bulk oil distribution companies are willing to sell to the retail firms in the country, a litre of diesel is expected to be increased by 11.14% per litre, while petrol will be up by almost 13%. Petrol is currently sold on the market at around 10 Ghana cedis, 10 pesos per litre, while diesel, on the other hand, is going for 12 Ghana cedis, 20 pesos. While even though crude prices have been fairly stable on the international market, the cost of refining these products are going up on the international market. But judging from what happened over the last 2 weeks, where some oil marketing companies had to renegotiate with the bulk oil distributors to reduce their prices, maybe we may not witness the expected increase at the pumps by this weekend. But we should not forget about the impact of this development on the cost of living in the coming weeks, and how this could also force the commercial transport operators to increase fares if nothing is done in the last minute to cushion consumers or maybe stay prices.
Now, panel members at the Graphic Business Standard Bank breakfast meeting have called for a reduction of government investment into real sectors of the economy, such as agriculture and manufacturing. This, they have said, will help create the jobs needed to reduce the country's unemployment rate. The following report has more.
Data from the Ghana Statistical Service shows that Ghana's unemployment rate stands at 13.9%. The Graphic Business Stanbic Bank breakfast meeting was organized on the theme Tackling Unemployment to Create Wealth, Opportunities for Ghana. Speaking at the meeting, economist and lecturer at the University of Ghana, Dr. Edu Owusu-Sarkodie, stressed the need to focus on sectors that can employ a large portion of the population.
Now, how can you sustain your program for 10 years, 15 years, when it is import dependent? What was the strategy to produce fertilizer locally? I was in China. I was invited for a conference and we were studying their models. One of the things I learned in China was that their first economic model was that no Chinese should go hungry. No Chinese.
Okay.
No Ghanaian should, I'm coming, I'll answer your question. No Ghanaian should go hungry. That should be the position. I am not saying that the Planning for Food and Jobs program has not made any gains. I am saying that it is not enough. It depends on the numbers outside. You look at nominal figures, and I'll tell you that I'm looking at the percentage, the ratios. Because if there are about 1 million people unemployed and you create 100,000, 100,000 is a number, but it's just 10%.
Meanwhile, President of the Private Enterprises Federation, Nana Osei-Bones, warned that the constant neglect of the informal economy is the major challenge in employment creation in the country.
Between public sector, which is 6.2 of the employment pool in Ghana, you have private sector formal, 6.8 of GDP. The informal sector is 86%. So if you're doing any analysis to create jobs, where are you going to look at? The informal sector. Encourage them, provide the resources, provide the competencies and capacities so they can create jobs. Nobody sets up a business to create jobs. They set up a business to make money. And by making money, they need more hands, they expand, the economy will grow, and more people will be employed.
On her part, the managing consultant at Purple Almond Consulting Services, Florence Hope, would do appeal to policymakers to help develop the right human resources needed for job creation.
Well, the skills cinema now, it's a lot of entrepreneurial skills. I mean, there are no businesses. Everybody has to put on the entrepreneur hat. How do I become an entrepreneur? Beyond me thinking about myself, how do I create the business for my brother to work? How do I create a business for my friend? So the big skill now should be entrepreneurial. In school, think of what business idea do I have? How do I formalize this business idea with the funding opportunities available? We've just heard about Stanbic talking to us about this incubation, SME support, National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program is available for funding. So how do I, first of all, develop my skills to take advantage of all these opportunities? Okay. It's the conversation of first mindset.
Let's now turn our attention to the Chartered Institute of Credit Management Ghana, because they've assured that it will continue to explore ways through which the standards of credit risk practice in Ghana will be raised. Speaking at the launch of the third edition of the CICM Annual Ghana Credit Excellence Awards, the head of strategic relationship and chairman of the awards planning committee, Yao Jimfi, emphasized that this year's award is a step to fulfilling his outfit's pledge to making project credit management a relevant tool for development. We have more in this report.
I wish to say confidently that CICM is very proud of the various landmark achievements, which contribute immensely towards improvement in organizational performance. Now, being very heedful of the achievement, the Institute has resolved to keep the stakes as high and as relevant as possible, so that the standards by which we assess individuals and businesses is not compromised. We are committed to keep the awards process simple, transparent, and fair. The CICM would like to assure all of you that we shall continue to explore ways through which we shall raise the standards of credit risk practices in Ghana. Finally, we would like to acknowledge the fact that our awards will not have gotten thus without the collaboration and cooperation of you, our media partners, and all stakeholders.
You're still watching Business Live. Still to come, the Electricity Company of Ghana announces amnesty for customers with metering anomalies, but gives a 1-month moratorium for customers to submit faulty meters. Now, the Electricity Company of Ghana has announced an amnesty for all customers with electrical metering fault within its operational catchment. Now, the company says it is given a month's moratorium from June 7 to July 6 this year for customers with uncaptured meters, billing anomalies, faulty meters, meter bypassing and meter tampering to visit any of its customer service units to have them solved. Director of Customer Services at ECG, Ibrahim Abebrese, says the unacceptable quantum of losses incurred by the company enforced the decision to conduct the exercise for the first time. Speaking to the media in Kumasi, he indicates that persons found culpable after the direction will be made to face the rigors of the law.
Power theft, however, has been the significant contributor to our commercial losses. In order, therefore, to reduce our commercial losses once and for all and clean the system of any electrical illegality and improve the revenue of the company, we have, for the first time in our history, introduced a moratorium or an amnesty for customers prior to the auditing of all meters. Consequently, beginning June 7th, 2022 to July 6, 2022, customers with underlisted issues should report to our district or customer service offices for rectification of these anomalies. The first one has to do with customers who are using postpaid meters but do not receive bills. Customers using prepayment meters but do not purchase electricity credits. Customers whose meters are faulty. Customers who have bypassed or tampered with their meters and are therefore not paying the full cost of power usage. And any other customer who is engaged in any form of illegality whatsoever. Customers with any of these issues stated above should visit our district or customer service centers to report. And when you report, you'll be given what we call a report slip, which will indicate that you've come to report. A counterfoil will be kept by ECG, and the other copy will be given to you as a customer.
Now, the Ministry of Public Enterprises has identified transmission service charge by the POWER as one of the challenges facing the Ghana Grid Company. According to the Section Minister, Joseph Kujo, transmission service charge is having a huge impact on GridCo's operations and revenue. The Minister made this known during a familiarization tour to GridCo in Tema, where correspondent Kwame Yanka reports.
The visit was to help Public Enterprises Minister Joseph Kujo and his entourage understand the operations of Ghana Grid Company Limited, GridCo, which is the backbone of power transmission in the country. Joseph Kujo noted that GridCo, like other players in the power sector, operate with tariffs and charges fixed by their regulator, Public Utilities Regulatory Commission, PURC. According to him, GridCo's operations is heavily impacted by transmission service charge, TSC, by PURC. He says the company could stay profitable if its service charge is competitive.
One challenge I have always known GridCo to have is the level of transmission service charge, the TSC. It's something that is fixed by a regulator, PURC in this case. Of course, it will analyze the situation and fix a TSC. By end of the day, the level of the transmission service charge is also paid by we, the consumers. Are you getting that? So the question is, high transmission service charge, we know, would enable GridCo maintain a stable transmission grid to serve all of us. But are we willing to pay higher electricity tariff so that the role GridCo plays, it will get a transmission service charge that reflects its costs?
Meanwhile, a performance ranking table of public enterprises using different parameters will be released on 30th June. Here is Joseph Kujo again.
Are you generating enough revenue? Are you managing costs? And are you reporting profit? And are you paying dividend to government? If you have been set up for profit, this is the yardstick way that should engage our conversation. If you've not been set up for profit, then the question is that, are you delivering quality services as desired by the public? Are people getting the service fast enough? Are your service charges affordable to the public? Are you operating sustainably? Sustainably means that you are generating enough, pay yourself, and also pay surplus to support government budget. These are financial considerations that you would want to find out from a public enterprise.
Gridco assured the delegation that the company will continue to play its important role in the power sector.
And that's how we end Business Live. For more news, please log on to myjoyonline.com. I'm Charles Ayitey. Many thanks.